Have you ever wondered what really makes the difference between simply growing older and truly thriving well into your 70s, 80s, or even beyond 100? Have you ever found yourself amazed by those rare individuals who seem to age with grace, strength, and purpose? In today's video, we're diving deep into these fascinating questions, uncovering the hidden keys that can shape our health and happiness after 65. But that's not all. Stick with us until the very end, because we'll also reveal 7 powerful, research-backed lessons straight from the lives of people who have achieved extraordinary longevity. Imagine walking away with practical, proven insights that could help you live not just longer, but better. You won't want to miss these transformative discoveries. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you liked this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know so I can make a better video for you. Now, let's get started. Number 1. Increased prevalence of chronic diseases. As individuals age, the risk of developing chronic diseases escalates significantly, posing a major threat to both quality of life and longevity. Chronic conditions such as cardiovascular diseases, e.g., coronary artery disease, heart failure, and hypertension, various forms of cancer, e.g., lung, breast, prostate, and colorectal, stroke, type 2 diabetes, and neurodegenerative disorders, like Alzheimer's disease and Parkinson's disease, become more prevalent. These conditions often develop over decades, driven by a combination of genetic predisposition, environmental factors, and lifestyle choices. The impact of these diseases is profound. They can impair physical and cognitive function, reduce independence, and increase the likelihood of premature mortality. For example, the American Psychological Association highlights that heart disease, cancer, stroke, and diabetes are responsible for approximately 2/3 of all deaths among individuals aged 65 and older annually in the United States. Cardiovascular diseases, for instance, can lead to heart attacks or heart failure, while cancer often progresses to advanced stages if not detected early. Stroke can cause lasting neurological damage, limiting mobility and communication, and diabetes increases the risk of complications like kidney failure, neuropathy, and vision loss. Neurodegenerative disorders such as Alzheimer's further complicate the aging process by eroding memory, cognitive abilities, and even basic self-care capabilities. These conditions not only shorten lifespan, but also place significant emotional and financial burdens on individuals and their families. Preventive measures such as regular health screenings, early intervention, and management of risk factors, e.g., controlling blood pressure, cholesterol, and blood sugar, can mitigate some of these risks. However, the cumulative toll of chronic diseases remains a leading factor in reduced life expectancy after age 65. Number 2. Cumulative effects of lifestyle choices. The lifestyle choices made throughout one's life, often beginning in young adulthood or earlier, have a profound and lasting impact on health and longevity in later years. Decades of habits, whether beneficial or detrimental, accumulate and manifest in the form of increased resilience or heightened vulnerability after age 65. Key lifestyle factors include smoking, excessive alcohol consumption, poor dietary habits, physical inactivity, inadequate sleep, and chronic stress. Each of these can contribute to the development of chronic diseases, frailty, and a shortened lifespan. For instance, smoking is a well-documented risk factor for lung cancer, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, and cardiovascular diseases. Even individuals who quit smoking later in life may carry residual damage to their lungs and blood vessels, increasing their susceptibility to illness. Excessive alcohol consumption over time can lead to liver diseases, e.g., cirrhosis or fatty liver disease, weaken the immune system, and increase the risk of certain cancers, such as those of the mouth, throat, and esophagus. Dietary habits also play a critical role. A diet high in processed foods, saturated fats, and sugars, and low in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins can contribute to obesity, type 2 diabetes, hypertension, and atherosclerosis. Conversely, adherence to a balanced diet, such as the Mediterranean diet, has been shown to reduce the risk of heart disease and cognitive decline. Physical inactivity compounds these risks by promoting muscle loss, weight gain, and reduced cardiovascular fitness, while regular exercise can enhance muscle strength, improve immune function, and lower the risk of depression and cognitive decline. Chronic stress, often exacerbated by poor coping mechanisms, can elevate cortisol levels, leading to inflammation, weakened immunity, and increased risk of mental health disorders like anxiety and depression. Over time, these factors erode the body's resilience, making it more susceptible to disease and injury. While adopting healthier habits in later years can improve outcomes, the cumulative effects of decades of suboptimal choices often limit the body's ability to fully recover, thereby impacting longevity. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Number 3. Physiological changes of aging. Aging is an inevitable biological process, characterized by gradual declines in the efficiency and resilience of nearly every bodily system. These physiological changes, which accelerate after age 65, make the body more vulnerable to illness, injury, and chronic conditions, ultimately influencing lifespan. Key changes include diminished immune function, loss of muscle mass and strength, sarcopenia, reduced bone density, osteoporosis, slower metabolic rates, and declines in sensory and cognitive capacities. One of the most significant changes is the weakening of the immune system, a phenomenon known as immunosenescence. This reduces the body's ability to fight infections, respond to vaccinations, and repair tissue damage, increasing the risk of conditions like pneumonia, influenza, and even cancer. Sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass and strength, affects mobility, balance, and the ability to perform daily tasks, raising the risk of falls and fractures. For example, a fall in an older adult with sarcopenia can lead to a hip fracture, which may result in prolonged hospitalization, loss of independence, or even death. Osteoporosis, characterized by reduced bone density, further exacerbates the risk of fractures, particularly in the spine, hips, and wrists. This condition is especially common in postmenopausal women due to declining estrogen levels, but it can also affect men. A slower metabolic rate, another hallmark of aging, contributes to weight gain, reduced energy levels, and difficulty maintaining muscle mass, which can exacerbate chronic conditions like diabetes and heart disease. Sensory declines, such as vision and hearing loss, also impact quality of life and safety. For instance, impaired vision can increase the risk of falls, while hearing loss may lead to social isolation, which is linked to depression and cognitive decline. Cognitive changes, ranging from mild memory lapses to severe dementia, further complicate aging, affecting decision-making, self-care, and independence. While these physiological changes are universal, their severity and impact vary widely based on genetics, lifestyle, and access to health care. Interventions like strength training, calcium and vitamin D supplementation, and cognitive exercises can slow some of these declines, but they cannot be fully prevented. As a result, the cumulative effects of aging physiology significantly influence health outcomes and longevity after age 65. Number 4. Genetic predisposition. Genetics plays a significant role in determining an individual's potential lifespan and their vulnerability to age-related diseases. The heritability of longevity is estimated to be around 20 to 30%, meaning that while genetics contributes, they are not the sole determinant of how long someone lives. A family history of exceptional longevity, such as multiple relatives living into their 90s or beyond, can indicate a genetic advantage, often linked to specific gene variants that enhance resilience against aging processes. For example, variants in genes like APOE, FOXO3, and SIAT1 have been associated with longevity and resistance, to diseases such as Alzheimer's, cardiovascular disease, and cancer. Conversely, some individuals inherit genetic predispositions to conditions that can shorten life, such as familial hypercholesterolemia, linked to early heart disease, BRCA mutations increasing cancer risk, or mutations associated with neurodegenerative disorders like Huntington's disease. These genetic factors can influence the onset and severity of age-related illnesses, impacting lifespan after 65. However, genetic predispositions are not deterministic. Lifestyle and environmental factors often interact with genetics to determine outcomes. For instance, someone with a genetic risk for type 2 diabetes may delay or prevent its onset through diet and exercise. Advances in genetic testing now allow individuals to identify certain risk factors early, enabling personalized, preventive strategies to mitigate inherited vulnerabilities and promote healthier aging. Number 5. Environmental factors. Environmental exposures over a lifetime can profoundly affect health and longevity, particularly in older age when the cumulative effects of these exposures become more apparent. Chronic exposure to environmental toxins, such as air pollutants, e.g. particulate matter or nitrogen dioxide, contaminated water, heavy metals, e.g. lead or mercury, or occupational hazards like asbestos, can accelerate aging processes and increase the risk of chronic diseases. For example, long-term exposure to fine particulate matter, PM2.5, has been linked to higher rates of cardiovascular disease, respiratory conditions, and even cognitive decline, all of which can shorten lifespan. Socioeconomic factors also play a critical role in shaping environmental exposures. Individuals in lower-income communities may face disproportionate exposure to pollution, limited access to clean water, or substandard housing conditions, e.g. mold or poor ventilation, which can compound health risks over time. Additionally, access to green spaces, which are associated with improved mental health and physical activity, is often unevenly distributed, further exacerbating disparities in health outcomes. Historical exposures, such as living in areas with industrial pollution decades earlier, can have latent effects that manifest as chronic conditions in later life. Addressing environmental inequities through policy changes, such as improving urban air quality or ensuring access to safe drinking water, is crucial for promoting longevity and reducing disparities in healthy aging. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Number 6. Healthcare access and quality. Access to high-quality healthcare is a cornerstone of healthy aging and significantly influences lifespan after age 65. Comprehensive healthcare includes preventive measures, e.g., vaccinations, cancer screening, GS and cholesterol monitoring, timely diagnosis of conditions, and effective management of chronic diseases such as hypertension, diabetes, or arthritis are crucial for older adults. With consistent access to these services, they are more likely to maintain their health, catch potential issues early, and receive interventions that extend both lifespan and quality of life. For example, early detection of breast cancer through mammography can lead to successful treatment, while regular blood pressure monitoring can prevent strokes or heart attacks. However, disparities in healthcare access, driven by socioeconomic status, geographic location, race, and ethnicity, lead to poor health outcomes and shorter lifespans. Rural areas, for instance, often face shortages of healthcare providers and facilities, making it difficult for older adults to receive timely care. Similarly, uninsured or underinsured individuals may delay seeking treatment due to cost, allowing manageable conditions to worsen. Cultural and systemic barriers, such as language differences or implicit bias in medical settings, can further exacerbate inequities. Programs like Medicare in the United States aim to bridge these gaps, but challenges remain, particularly for those with complex needs or limited resources. Ensuring equitable access to healthcare, including telemedicine and community-based services, is essential for supporting longevity and reducing health disparities in older populations. Number 7. Mental and emotional health. Mental and emotional well-being is a critical but often overlooked determinant of lifespan in older adults. Conditions such as depression, anxiety, or chronic stress can have profound effects on physical health, contributing to outcomes like weakened immune function, higher blood pressure, and increased risk of heart disease. For example, untreated depression in older adults is associated with poorer management of chronic conditions like diabetes and a higher risk of mortality. Social isolation and loneliness, which are increasingly common in later life due to factors like retirement, loss of loved ones, or mobility limitations, are also significant risk factors. Studies have shown that loneliness can increase the risk of premature death by up to 26 to 29%, comparable to the effects of smoking or obesity. Maintaining strong social connections, engaging in meaningful activities, and addressing mental health needs are vital for promoting longevity. Community programs such as senior centers or volunteer opportunities can foster social engagement, while therapy or counseling can help manage mental health conditions. Cognitive activities like learning new skills or participating in creative pursuits also support mental resilience and may reduce the risk of cognitive decline. Furthermore, cultural attitudes toward aging can influence emotional health. Societies that value older adults and promote intergenerational connections tend to see better mental health outcomes. Outcomes in this population. Integrating mental health support into routine healthcare for older adults and creating inclusive, supportive environments are key strategies for enhancing both lifespan and quality of life. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 7 wisdoms for living to 100. While there's no magic formula for reaching centenarian status, research on blue zones, regions where people live exceptionally long and healthy lives, and the habits of centenarians worldwide offer valuable insights. Here are 7 pieces of wisdom gleaned from these studies and observations. Move naturally throughout your day. Centenarians rarely adhere to structured high-intensity workout regimens. Instead, they embrace natural movement as an integral part of their daily lives. Activities such as gardening, walking to the market, tending to household chores, or even dancing to a favorite tune keep their bodies active without the strain of aggressive exercise. This low-impact, consistent movement aligns with the body's natural rhythms and promotes long-term sustainability. Why it works? Research, such as studies published in The Lancet, indicates that regular, moderate physical activity, like walking, swimming, yoga, or Tai Chi, reduces the risk of chronic conditions such as heart disease, diabetes, and arthritis. These activities improve cardiovascular health, strengthen muscles and bones, and enhance mobility, all of which are critical for aging gracefully. How to apply it? Incorporate movement into your routine in enjoyable ways. For example, take a daily walk in a nearby park, plant a small garden, or opt for stairs over elevators. Aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate activity per week, as recommended by the World Health Organization, but focus on consistency rather than intensity. Even short bursts of activity, like stretching during TV breaks, add up over time. Example from centenarians in blue zones. In regions like Okinawa, Japan, and Sardinia, Italy, where longevity is common, people engage in daily tasks like farming or walking hilly terrains, which keep them active well into their 90s and beyond. By prioritizing natural movement, you can maintain physical health without the burnout often associated with rigorous gym routines. Cultivate a plant-based diet with moderation. The diets of centenarians are often centered around whole plant-based foods, including vegetables, fruits, legumes such as beans, lentils, and chickpeas, whole grains like quinoa, brown rice or oats, and nuts. While some centenarians include meat, it is typically consumed sparingly, with a focus on lean, high-quality sources like fish or poultry. A key principle is moderation, often guided by the concept of hara hachibu in Okinawa, where people eat until they are about 80% full, avoiding overeating. Plant-based diets are rich in fiber, antioxidants, and essential nutrients that combat inflammation and oxidative stress, both of which accelerate aging. A 2019 study in the BMJ found that diets high in fruits, vegetables, and legumes are associated with lower risks of heart disease, stroke, and certain cancers. Eating in moderation also prevents obesity and supports metabolic health. How to apply it? Gradually shift toward a plant-based diet by adding more vegetables to every meal, experimenting with legumes and soups or salads, and choosing whole grains over refined ones. For example, swap white rice for farro, or incorporate lentils into a hearty stew. If you consume meat, treat it as a side dish rather than the main course, and prioritize fish or plant-based proteins like tofu. Practice portion control by using smaller plates or pausing mid-meal to assess hunger. Example from centenarians in Ikaria, Greece. Centenarians rely on homegrown vegetables, olive oil, and small portions of fish or goat meat paired with herbal. Teas and moderate wine consumption. Their diets are nutrient-dense yet simple, emphasizing local seasonal ingredients. This approach to eating is sustainable, supports physical health, and aligns with environmental and ethical considerations. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 4 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 3. Nurture strong social connections. Centenarians often live in tight-knit communities where social bonds with family, friends, and neighbors are a cornerstone of daily life. These relationships provide emotional support, reduce feelings of loneliness, and foster a sense of belonging, all of which are critical for mental and physical health. Whether it's sharing meals, attending community events, or simply chatting over coffee, social engagement is a powerful driver of longevity. Why it works. Studies such as those from Harvard's Longevity Project show that strong social networks are linked to lower rates of depression, anxiety, and cognitive decline. Socially connected individuals also have stronger immune systems and lower levels of stress hormones like cortisol. A 2015 meta-analysis in Perspectives on Psychological Science found that social isolation is as harmful to health as smoking or obesity. How to apply it? Invest time in building and maintaining relationships. Schedule regular catch-ups with friends. Join a local club or volunteer group, or participate in community activities like book clubs or religious gatherings. If physical distance is a barrier, use technology to stay connected through video calls or social media. Small gestures like sending a thoughtful message or hosting a game night can strengthen ties. Example from centenarians in Sardinia, Italy. Multi-generational households are common, and elders are revered, ensuring they remain socially engaged. Regular visits. Village festivals and shared meals reinforce community bonds, contributing to both emotional and physical resilience. By prioritizing social connections, you create a support network that enhances your quality of life and buffers against life's challenges. Find your purpose and maintain a sense of meaning. The defining trait of centenarians is their sense of purpose, often described as ikigai in Japanese, a reason to get up in the morning. Whether it's caring for grandchildren, pursuing a hobby, volunteering, or contributing to a cause, having a purpose fuels motivation, fosters resilience, and promotes a positive outlook on life. Why it works. Research from the Journal of Health Psychology suggests that a sense of purpose is associated with lower risks of mortality, better mental health, and improved stress management. Purpose-driven individuals are more likely to engage in healthy behaviors, such as eating well and staying active, because they feel invested in their future. How to apply it? Reflect on what brings you joy and fulfillment. Ask yourself, what activities make me lose track of time? How can I contribute to others? This could mean mentoring a younger colleague, gardening, painting, or advocating for a cause you care about. Set small, meaningful goals to stay engaged, such as learning a new skill or helping a neighbor. If you're unsure of your purpose, explore new interests through classes or community events. Example from centenarians in Okinawa. Many centenarians remain active in their communities, whether through teaching traditional crafts or tending to family gardens. Their sense of purpose is deeply tied to contributing to the collective good, which keeps them mentally and physically engaged. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 5 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Manage stress effectively. Chronic stress is a silent contributor to aging, increasing the risk of heart disease, weakened immunity, and cognitive decline. Centenarians often have stress reduction practices woven into their lives, whether through spiritual practices, time in nature, or simple relaxation techniques. These habits help them maintain emotional balance and resilience. Why it works. Chronic stress elevates cortisol levels, which can damage organs and accelerate aging. A 2020 study in Nature Reviews Neuroscience highlights that stress management techniques, such as mindfulness and meditation, reduce inflammation and improve brain health. Even brief moments of relaxation can lower blood pressure and enhance mood. How to apply it. Experiment with stress relief methods that resonate with you. Try mindfulness meditation for 10 minutes daily. Practice deep breathing exercises, e.g. the 4-7-8 technique, or spend time in nature, such as walking in a forest or gardening. Journaling, prayer, or even talking to a trusted friend can also help. Help process emotions if stress feels overwhelming. Consider professional support through therapy or counseling. Example from centenarians in Nicoya, Costa Rica. Centenarians often rely on faith-based practices and community gatherings to alleviate stress. Daily routines like sipping coffee while watching the sunrise provide moments of calm and reflection. By managing stress proactively, you protect your body and mind, creating space for health and happiness to flourish. Embrace lifelong learning and mental engagement. Centenarians keep their minds sharp by staying curious and engaged throughout their lives. Whether it's reading, learning a new language, playing a musical instrument, or solving puzzles, mental stimulation is a cornerstone of cognitive health and overall well-being. Why it works. Lifelong learning strengthens neural connections and builds cognitive reserve, which can delay the onset of dementia and other age-related cognitive declines. A 2016 study in the New England Journal of Medicine found that intellectually stimulating activities reduce the risk of Alzheimer's disease. Mental engagement also boosts mood and self-esteem. How to apply it. Challenge your brain regularly by picking up a new hobby such as painting, coding, or playing chess. Read books on diverse topics, take online courses, or attend lectures at a local library. Even simple activities like doing crossword puzzles or discussing current events with friends keep your mind active. Stay curious by asking questions and exploring the world around you. Example from centenarians in Blue Zones. Many centenarians remain intellectually active through storytelling, teaching younger generations, or engaging in traditional crafts. Their curiosity and openness to learning keep their minds agile well into old age. A commitment to lifelong learning not only preserves cognitive function, but also enriches your life with new experiences. Practice moderation in all things. Centenarians embody the principle of balance, avoiding extremes in diet, lifestyle, and habits. This includes consuming alcohol in moderation, often limited to a glass of wine with meals, if at all, and avoiding overindulgence in any area of life. Moderation fosters sustainability and prevents the physical and mental toll of excess. Why it works. Excessive behaviors such as overeating, heavy drinking, or overwork strain the body and mind. A 2018 study in the Lancet Public Health found that moderate alcohol consumption, e.g., 1 drink per day, is associated with lower mortality risks compared to heavy drinking or complete abstinence. Moderation in all aspects of life supports long-term health and emotional stability. How to apply it. Apply the less is more philosophy to your habits. Limit alcohol to 1 drink per day if you choose to consume it, and opt for nutrient-rich options like red wine, which contains antioxidants. Practice mindful eating by savoring smaller portions and balancing your diet. Work with rest to avoid burnout. Regularly assess your habits to ensure they align with your health goals. An example from centenarians in Iaria, Greece. Centenarians enjoy small glasses of wine with dinner, paired with laughter and conversation. Their approach to life is relaxed yet disciplined, emphasizing enjoyment without excess. By embracing moderation, you create a lifestyle that is both enjoyable and sustainable, paving the way for long-term health. As we bring this exploration of longevity to a close, reflecting on both the challenges some face after 65 and the inspiring wisdom of those who've reached a century, we want to hear from you. Take a moment to consider the information we've covered. What are the one or two most significant insights that have truly struck a chord with you? Perhaps it's the profound impact of social connections, the subtle power of incorporating natural movement, or maybe the emphasis on finding your purpose. More importantly, we're eager to know how this knowledge will translate into action in your own life. What is one concrete step, however small, that you plan to take starting perhaps even today or this week, based on what you've learned? Will you prioritize a daily walk, connect with a loved one more intentionally, explore more plant-based meals, or dedicate time to a meaningful hobby? Sharing your commitment not only solidifies your intention, but also inspires others in our community. So take a moment now to reflect, and then head down to the comments section below. Tell us what's one thing you've learned from this video, and what's one action you will consciously bring into practice in your life as a result. If you found this video thought-provoking and valuable, please leave your comment below. Don't forget to like, share this video with anyone who might benefit from this information, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more in-depth discussions and actionable insights on health, well-being, and the art of living a long and fulfilling life. Your engagement helps us reach more people and continue creating content that matters. We look forward to reading your reflections and joining you on this journey towards greater well-being